Tell me, Marquez, how do you become a CrossFit analyst? I mean, you know about everything and everybody.
Well, I'm a big fan of the sport first, and that was really kind of the basis for everything. I started training back in 2008, 2009. My first affiliate was at the Ranch in Aromas, where the game started.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been a huge sports fan my entire life. So naturally, when I started CrossFit, I started following CrossFit games, and I just love nerding out and looking at statistics and seeing patterns and things like that. And then in 2011, I got an opportunity to work for the media team, just helping out, just carrying equipment, doing a little bit. And every time I got asked back, I tried to learn a little bit more. And pretty soon, I became one of the people that knew the most about the CrossFit games.
Knows about everybody.
Yeah, and I started pitching ideas, writing in terms of content to Rory McKernan, Pat Sherwood, Miranda, who was an analyst at the time. I started helping them with points and stats and things like that. And eventually they just asked me to go on camera and do it myself as well because I knew so much about the sport. So it was this long, slow progression that took probably 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, wow.
Yeah.
And now there was this huge restructure of the CrossFit company, CrossFit Inc.
Sure.
And they just fired all the media team.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. About 99% of the media team.
99% of the media team. Now, what are you doing now?
So right now I'm doing a few things, but for the most part I'm out on my own. I'm writing for the Morning Chalk Up and helping out with them at events here. So helping shoot video, do interviews, and then put together some recaps for them as well. We have our Inside Elite Fitness Studio program, which is kind of on hiatus right now, but we've been doing some similar style update show videos on YouTube. I have my podcast, which has probably been my favorite thing that's happened since we got let go from CrossFit is myself.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of your podcast.
Thank you. Myself and Sean Woodland have been basically putting together weekly shows as well as some interviews with top athletes, coaches, and influencers in the sport to try and keep everyone up to date, because when they got rid of the media team, there's a big void, I think, in terms of consistent, steady voice from names and people that everyone is used to seeing. And Sean, myself, and all of our people involved still love the sport. We want to keep doing it. So we felt like a podcast is an easy way to get involved and keep doing that.
Yeah, and throughout this season, you're going around, like, traveling a lot.
Yes.
So you were to Asia, then you went to straight up to another one I forgot.
Yeah, so I've actually been to a bunch of
Reykjavik.
Yeah, so I've been to Dubai, I've been to Wadapalooza in Miami, I've been to the Mid-Atlantic in Washington, D.C., I went to China, the Asia CrossFit Championships, the Reykjavik CrossFit Championship. Yep.
Continue.
I went to Dubai to start the season. I went to Miami for Wadapalooza. Then I went to the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Championship. Then this last month, I've been to Asia and China for the Asia CrossFit Championships. In Reykjavik, Iceland for the Reykjavik CrossFit Championships. And now here in Brazil to kind of close out my tour.
And what do you think about the event here, the section event in Brazil?
I gotta say, I'm really impressed. I knew the fan base is awesome here. I was here for 18.1, the announcement last year, and it blew my mind how passionate the fans were. But I'm really impressed with how good of an event it is here. The venue is great, the setup looks really good, they're on time, the programming is quality, so it's overall a really strong event, and I think it kind of sets a foundation for a good sanctional process for Brazil and Latin America going forward the rest of the season.
And now, the thing that worries me the most, are we gonna have a live broadcast of the CrossFit Games?
As of right now, no. Not like we're used to. My understanding is that CrossFit might provide what's called a dead feed. So 1 to 2 cameras, no commentary, no graphics, no nothing, just cameras. And then they're gonna give it up to whoever wants to take that feed and put their own stuff on top of it. There's a lot of issues with that in terms of being able to tell a coherent story and actually being able to put things like graphics and stuff usefully on that. The U.S. government uses that kind of style for their broadcast, but it's the government and there's not much happening on. So right now, unless someone major steps in and pays the fee to provide their own broadcast, that's all you'll have is just a dead feed with a couple of cameras, and that's it.
And now, you're not going to the games.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I heard on the podcast that neither you or Sean Woodland have like a ticket to the games so far.
No, we don't.
Wow, the games is going to be sad to watch.
Well, first off, my hope is that people can watch it, because I have full faith that from an event standpoint, the game is going to be fantastic. When a lot of people got let go from CrossFit, the main thing that they did is they retained a lot of the staff that helps support it because they were contractors anyways. So I know from an event standpoint, it'll still be a good games. Dave Castro's still programming. You're still going to have all the big names used to seeing. Granted, there's going to be more athletes. But my biggest issue is that, and I hope that somehow it gets resolved, is that someone can put together a strong feed, or at least be able to utilize the dead feed in some way that allows people outside of the venue and people who don't have Coliseum tickets to be able to watch the games. Because if you're not in the Coliseum, how are you going to be able to watch what's going on, and you just have a regular festival ticket? So my hope is that somehow someone steps in, or there's a way we can figure out a solution where myself and Sean and a lot of people who love the sport can get involved and try and support that, because we would love for the CrossFit Games to be able to be seen. It's a lot of people have poured their hearts and their blood and their sweat and their tears into that, and I would hate for it to just get cast aside.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.